What's going on, y'all? I want to welcome you back to the Raw Report. And today we go talk about character. That version of you that got you here is the same version that's keeping you from getting there. This is the survival mode that kept you going when things got hard. It's the thing that's holding you back. That hustle mentality that proved people wrong, it's now the thing that's burning you out. That I'll figure it out myself attitude. It's now the thing that's keeping you isolated. You're not stuck because you're failing. You're stuck because you're succeeding at being the best version of your older self. And your new season requires you to be a new person. And this is probably one of the most misunderstood problems in a young man's life, especially when you're younger, because it don't look like a problem. You're working, you're moving, you might even be getting results, but the ceiling that you keep hitting it's not on the outside of you, it's in you. And until you deal with what's going on in you, no amount of grinding, hustling, pivoting, putting out next level content, ain't none of that go change the outcome. Because what helped to push you through the chaos when you was proving people wrong, hustling without structure and just moving off instinct, that may have gotten you movement in the past, but it's not sustainable in holding that weight, because the next level don't just require more effort. It requires a different person. It requires you to be a different man. A different, I guess it's a different system that it requires. So it requires you to be a different person than you was. Think about it like this. When you was 15 and you ain't had nothing, being reckless and aggressive out there, it basically got you noticed. It got you respect. It got you through high school, basically. But now you're 22, 23. That same aggression, it make people fear you. And now they avoid you. So you thinking something's off because it got you to where you are. But that's not going to get you going further. That recklessness that may have felt like courage when you needed it, because you needed it to survive high school days. But now it's costing you jobs, relationships. It's costing you trust, because people don't trust that person. And like I said, it's an old version of you. And those traits, that didn't change. The season changed. And you didn't change with the season. You just basically stayed that old version of yourself. And just because that mindset worked in one season don't mean that God intended for you to take it into the next one with you. That's what I'm saying when I say you gotta let that old man die. Some behaviors are basically only effective in immature environments. But once your assignment changed, once the season changed, those yesterday's habits that were strengths back then, they become liabilities. That whole, I don't need nobody. That got you through when you basically had to build yourself up to survive maybe a broken home. I don't know. It made you independent. It made you more resourceful with whatever it is you have. You know how to make the most out of it. But now you might be trying to build a team. You might be trying to lead your family. You might even be in a relationship. And that same I don't need nobody is making you an impossible person to partner with. That's not a good thing. Because that trait that saved you when you needed it, there wasn't nothing wrong with it. But now it's isolating you. It's pushing you off into a corner by yourself because don't nobody want to work with you. It worked for you then, but now it's destroying you. I know that's not what you want. So we got to look into this so we can start to change our ways. You basically You want better fruit. You want bigger platforms. You want healthier relationships. You want stronger discipline. You want clearer vision. But you cannot upgrade the outcomes without submitting to the transformation that you need to make. You got to confront the identity that keeps reproducing that same ceiling that you keep hitting. You're not going to get there just because you want another level. It ain't going to happen like that. You're going to get there by becoming the person that needs. You got to become the person that can handle it before you get there. A person who can carry more without corrupting it from those past behaviors. Because basically what ends up happening is we're being loyal to a version of us that was built out of pain. That version may have helped you survive embarrassment, no money, betrayal, instability, or even obscurity, whatever it was. That version helped you then. It's not helping you now. And that because now it's starting to take from you. At the end of the day, that version might have saved you. And if I'm really being 100% honest with you, it's that version saved me too. It definitely saved me. Because I wouldn't be here right now talking to you if I didn't let that old man die to be here to try to give back to so y'all can pick up off the game that I'm giving you so you can try to pull yourself up and get to where you need to be. But survival is not the same as maturity. If you never let that old version of you die, you basically go end up keep protecting those patterns that no longer serve you. They don't even fit where you're going, but you're trying to protect it because that's what you know. That's what got you to where you are. But what got you to where you are is not going to get you to where you're going. It's going to keep you right there. If that's your ceiling, hey, who am I to say don't be happy with that? Hey, if you're happy where you are, but there is more out here, but you're going to have to become a different person. I understand having to grow up and fight for everything because wasn't nothing given to you. So basically, we ended up developing a chip on our shoulder. Like I said, I've been there. That whole me against the world, which was my jam, by the way. I get it. And like I said, it worked. It pushed you to grind harder, to do more, to get you to exactly where you are. But now God is basically trying to bring you into a new season, which don't require all the grinding and hustling and manipulating. It requires rest. It requires trust. It requires you being able to receive, but you can't accept it because it's unfamiliar. Because basically, you built your whole identity on fighting. But ain't nothing to fight no more. You've gotten through that. That season over. And we basically end up going out of our way to create conflict just to make it feel normal. And that's not strength. That's basically your old computer system, old version of yourself. That's your old computer system running on an outdated code. It's time to update. Y'all already know on the computer, if something is outdated, it don't work right. You gotta hit it through that update, and it's time for you to update, which is getting rid of that old version of yourself. That repeating what's familiar because it feels safe, because it doesn't require you to let go of your ego. But if you think about it, when your methods, reactions, thought patterns stay untouched while basically your prayers get bigger, you're not preparing for increase. You're basically, at that point, you're trying to get elevated without evolving. Everything in life evolves. And you want more, but you're not evolving. So, why would God give you something knowing you go crash and burn the second you get it? That don't make sense. And y'all already know. I tell y'all all the time. What I'm telling y'all, I spoke on it. It ain't my theory. It's All this is a pattern that repeats itself in scripture. And y'all already know I came with scripture, so I'm gonna give y'all some word so y'all can apply it to this to understand that this stuff is in the Bible. So if this stuff is over 2,000-3,000 years old, why are we making it feel like it's new? It's not new. It's been around. So it's time for us we got to change at the end of the day. Ephesians 4:22-24. That ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, that ye put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness. If you heard what I said, put off, not improve, not tweak, not upgrade the old version of yourself, but put it off. That means get rid of. Like, I'm just saying, like that old version is, he ain't saying refine it. He's saying take it off. Get rid of that. Like, leave it. You can't wash the old man. You got to replace him. That's the part that's really hurting all of us, because we feel like getting rid of our old selves is, we don't know who we're going to be. And it terrifies most of us. But the old version is familiar, so you want to hang on to that. But familiar is what's keeping you stuck. You're not happy. I don't want to say happy. You know it's more, but you don't know how to get to more. And I'm telling you, it's from within. It has nothing to do with outside. Ain't nobody stopping you. Ain't nobody hurting you. It's all coming from within. Genesis 32:27-28. Basically, Jacob had to lose his name to get his assignment. But the verse goes, Genesis 32:27-28. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as the prince hast thou power with God and with men, and has prevailed. Jacob basically was a hustler, a schemer. And whatever it takes, that's what he did. He was that kind of guy. And believe it or not, most of us got those same traits. Those traits got him far. But God said you can't carry that assignment or that name to your next assignment. The assignment changed and his identity had to change. So Jacob had to wrestle with God all night, and God touched his hip where he had to walk with a limp for the rest of his life before he could carry the name Israel. The old version had to die so the new one can live. And what's crazy is, like I said, most of us are like Jacob. We've been scheming, manipulating, hustling, doing everything. We've been doing everything that wasn't right to basically get our way through life. And it worked. But now God is saying that name can't go where he's taking you. So he needs you to change. He needs you to look within to figure out how to become the next better version of yourself. That hustling got you here, but the character that you need to build is going to take you to where you need to go. And character basically requires you to let go of the hustler. John 15:2. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it. And God doesn't just prune what's dead. He prunes what's fruitful. Think about that, because even fruitful things can be overgrown at sometimes. Even because they basically keep overgrowing. You got to cut them back and prune them. And some of your best traits might not need to be cut all the way off, but they need to be pruned so you can carry more. And that's promotion. That's how promotion works. You got here because of your drive, but your drive isn't pruned. You got to prune it. You basically got to get back in the lab and work on you some more, so you can get to where God is taking you. Basically, God he cuts out of you what's good so it can become great. And and I know y'all heard me say this verse before. Romans 12:2, saying, and be not conformed to this world, but ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. You can't basically reach for a higher alignment without changing your mind. That's basically what they're saying. If your thinking don't change, you're never going to get past the ceiling that you keep hitting. You can keep praying for results, but at some point, you got to change the way you think. It's all mental. Proverbs 4:18, but the path of the just is as the shining light, and it shineth more and more until the perfect day. Real progress is supposed to look like increasing clarity, not repeating the same cycles. If you keep hitting the same wall, same frustration, same pattern, same ceiling, that ain't got nothing to do with other people. That ain't got nothing to do with bad luck. That's something that you're not doing right. That's a signal, basically, that you've outgrown the current version of yourself, and you got to become something new. You got to become something new. And in the scriptures I gave y'all, God's pattern is plain. He don't merely just improve outcomes around a person while leaving the person untouched. He deals with the man before he starts to trust the man with the mission that he's implanted in him. The mind has to change before the movement comes. Your identity has to change before you get the increase that you're looking for. What it's kind of crazy to say, but what God lets you do in that one season, it ain't gonna be tolerated in this next season. So you can't go into the next season thinking you can do the same thing. And being fruitful, basically, itself becomes the reason why being pruned is required. This is a deep subject. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You cannot get to where you're going because you need to change something within you. You got yourself here, but now you stand stuck. It's time to move, but you can't move because you refuse to change. That's a you problem at the end of the day. In all this, think about these are the different types of people that don't want to change. The emotionally immature achiever. This is the person who keeps building bigger opportunities with the same emotional immaturity that basically killed all their past projects. You want more money, you want more influence, more reach, but you still react to being corrected like it's an attack on you. You still avoid the hard conversations. You still make decisions from ego. You basically still need applause to feel like everything is going good. You got the promotion. You got the followers. You got the opportunity. But behind the scenes, when ain't nobody looking, I'm talking about steaming hot over a text message. You start ghosting people when everything is uncomfortable. You start lying about any and everything to avoid conflict. The platform got bigger, but the person didn't. And the bigger the platform, the more damage you will do because you didn't change your character. And then we got the person who consumes content all day but never changes. And what I mean by that, that's the person who basically consumes all the self-help, motivational content, all the podcasts, the everything. It's just all positive. They spent all day on there, but they still running their life inconsistent, staying comfortable. You spend 6 hours just watching this content every day, but your spiritual bank is empty. Your spiritual bank is still broke because you're watching other people. It's telling you what to do, but you won't be obedient. You're feeding your mind, but you're starving the obedience that God told you to do, whatever that is. And then you got the person who always change their environment. They outgrow environment, so they feel like they ain't winning there. So they leave their old job. They got to go to a new city, new relationships, get rid of the old circles. And then wherever they go, it's always the same old. And they're in a different location, but it's the same pattern. At that point, you got to look at yourself. You should be looking at yourself, because how did this same scenario follow you? You was blaming everybody else and it's you. You say you moved for a fresh start, but it's the same drama, same problems. Nah, the only common denominator in all that is you. You basically packed up that old version of yourself and took it wherever you went to, and now it's the same old thing. And then, last one I'm gonna give y'all is what about the control leader? It's the person who want to basically build and expand on everything, but they don't trust nobody. They say they want a team, they want to scale, they want to do this, but when you try to put something together, they gotta be in control. If they ain't in control, it's like, so really, like I said, you like working by yourself. That's a character issue. Somebody can give them something that's, I'm talking about, super fire, but they got to change the colors, the routines, the vocabulary. Everything has to be the way that they want. Why did you ask for help then? Like, what are you doing? Because all you're doing is micromanaging at that point. You're coming back and changing everything that you basically supposedly got your team for. So none of that makes no sense. And all I'm basically saying is, you are stuck because you're refusing to do the you work. And you're suspicious of everything because you don't want to blame yourself. You think it's outside forces that's holding you up. And over time, anything that challenges your old identity starts to feel offensive. And honestly, it feels unnecessary because you done made up in your mind it's not you. So when somebody corrects you, it irritates you. And you don't necessarily want to be mature. So because when maturity hits, you feel like you lost something. So you're more committed to your old self, your familiarity, than you are to really chasing down your blessings. So you got to build the capacity to hold whatever it is God's trying to bless you. And like I said, there's some you work you got to do. Basically, and this is a lot of us, we all want outcomes that don't match our present capacity. We want to be trusted without becoming trustworthy. We want to influence without being held accountable. We want to increase without being disciplined. And that gap between desire and our capacity, that's what's causing frustration in most of our lives. And it's not going away basically until we close the gap. And closing the gap is becoming the person that can hold what it is you're asking for. And I can't say what that is for you. I can only do the work for myself. But I do know most of us have some inner work that we have to do. Because The next level comes with greater exposure, greater responsibility, and it's, if I'm being honest, there's less room for selfish, flesh-like behaviors, because the higher you go, the harder the fall. That's basically how I say it. If you stay the same, your insecurity, your instability, your selfishness, it all becomes more visible. And like I said, those people, they go end up closing those doors on you and keeping you out of those rooms. And when you was in a small room, nobody paid attention. But when you get in a big one, it exposes you. When you had a small, whatever it is, it didn't matter. But when the circle gets big, everything matters. It's amplified. So that's why you have to do the you work. So basically, that's my word for y'all. I want to tell y'all, it's a way forward though. Your next level is not blocked. It's blocked by what it's blocked by what's still last season. It don't have nothing to do with your new season. And until you become honest with yourself and realize that you got to change, you'll basically keep mislabeling, stuck, or that somebody else is stopping you from getting where you're going, instead of pointing the finger to where it needs to be pointed, which is back at yourself, so you can do some inner work. So I'm gonna hit y'all one more scripture. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. Old things are passed away. Not still under construction, not gradually improving, passed away. God's design is total replacement, not renovation. He doesn't fix the old man, he gives you a new one. But you have to actually let the old one go. You gotta let him go. God ain't gonna do that for you. So my challenge for you this week is to identify one trait that helped you survive the last season, but it's not helping you for your next season. And start to basically break that thing down so you can get rid of it, so you can move on forward. Be specific. Write it down. Y'all always hear me say name it. What is the one survival trait that's now a liability? Whatever that is, just write that down. And then the second thing, every time you feel that old trait rising, whether it's in a conversation, a decision, reaction, catch it and do the opposite. If it starts to feel like if it's isolation, call somebody instantly. If it's aggression, pause and respond calmly. If it's avoidance, say the honest thing. It's gonna feel unnatural. It should. But that's you having to kill that old version of yourself. And then, like y'all hear me say all the time, growth is uncomfortable. You gotta get comfortable being uncomfortable. And the third thing you do every night, answer one question. Did the old version of yourself show up that day? And did you let it win or not? Right, yes or no? And track it for 7 days. After 7 days, hopefully you'll start to see some progress. And then, just one more thing I'll say, tell one person you trust, hey, this is something I'm not doing no more. Not necessarily for the accountability, but because you want to say it out loud in a way where you have to deal with it. Because when you name it and now you owning it, it can't operate in the dark no more. So, like I said, I want you to honor the old version of yourself that survived. He got you the way you are, right? But you got to let him go so you can go to where you need to be. That version, his assignment is over. He carried you as far as he could. So now It's time to let him go. And he didn't fail because he got you the way he needed to be. But the job ain't done. That next version or the next place you got to be is waiting on that next version of you. It's a stronger version of you. It's a more, I want to say mental, but more thinking version of you. He's a wiser version of you. He's more disciplined. He carries more weight than the old version of you without breaking. He shows up every single time. He's just basically a stronger version of you. Now think about that. You know how cold you would be if the strongest version of you showed up? You know how many walls you can knock down? So that's my word for y'all today, man. Go build your new version of you, whatever that is. Y'all already know. Y'all see the link. Go come join the community. I know I ran over a little long. I don't like to be on here long, but I had to get this word out because, like I said, the version of you that got you here is not going to get you there. So, y'all already know what I like to say. Stay real, stay raw, stay grounded in your faith, and walk boldly in your purpose. Till the next time, y'all. I'm out.